Hi, my name is Aman Bindra, and I'm a real estate, corporate, and lending lawyer here at KSW Lawyers. Today we're going to talk about setting up partnerships. So in a previous video, we talked about setting up your business as a sole proprietorship or as a corporation, but today we're going to discuss two types of partnerships that you can also operate your business under. The first is a general partnership, and the second is a limited partnership. So we'll start with general partnerships. In a general partnership, all the partners essentially run the business. They're all considered general partners, and what that means is that they're all involved in the day-to-day management of the business, and they're all liable for all the obligations and liabilities of the partnership. It doesn't matter how much money they put into the business. If another partner screws up or signs a contract, then you as a general partner are also on the hook for all the liabilities of a general partnership. The one good thing about a general partnership is that you don't need a written agreement. So if you just conduct business together with somebody with a view to profit, you can be considered to be in a general partnership in the eyes of the law. So the second way to set up your partnership is by setting up a limited partnership. And that's slightly different from a general partnership. In order to have a limited partnership, you have to have a written agreement between two or more partners, and they can be companies or individuals. And they have to be doing business together and trying to earn a profit. Once the limited partnership agreement is signed, you file a certificate with the government letting them know that you filed or you've set up a limited partnership. If you don't do that, your limited partnership technically does not exist and it's not in good standing. In a limited partnership, you'll have two types of partners. You'll have the general partners and then the limited partners. Typically, there's one general partner and they conduct all the day-to-day business of the company, and they have unlimited liability for all the debts and obligations. That's why it's a good idea to set up a new company as a general partner of your limited partnership so that your other business assets aren't at risk. Meanwhile, the limited partners, they're silent investors. Essentially, all they do is invest their money into the project or the partnership, and then they earn a return on that. Their liability is limited to the maximum amount that they've invested. So if they've invested $50,000 or $100,000 into the partnership, that's the maximum that they can be on the hook for. The one exception is that if the limited partners try to manage the business as well. If they try to get involved in the day-to-day affairs, then they can be considered to be general partners instead of limited partners, and they lose that limited liability status, and they could be on the hook for a lot more than their initial investment. One other thing to note is that a partnership is considered a relationship, not a person under the law. So you might recall that corporations and individuals are both considered people under the law, but a partnership is not. A partnership is just a relationship. And what that means is that the partnership doesn't pay tax. So the partnership is a flow-through vehicles, meaning that any profits that come into that partnership flow through the partnership itself, and they go to each of the partners, whether they're general partner or the limited partners. And so that means they get taxed at their own tax rates instead of being taxed at the partnership level as well. And that's different from a corporation because a corporation gets taxed twice essentially. The corporation pays tax when it earns corporate income, and then you as a shareholder will get taxed when you pay yourself salary or dividends out of that. So with a partnership, you only get one level of taxation, whereas with a corporation, you get two. Partnerships are a bit more expensive to set up, and there's a bit more paperwork, which is why they really make sense only in situations where there's a lot of silent partners who want to invest, and you're trying to raise money from a lot of people, which is why you often see limited partnerships for larger real estate projects and investments. So if you're thinking about entering into a project or investing in a project that involves a lot of investor money, you might want to consider setting up a limited partnership. Feel free to give us a call or an email, and we'd be happy to discuss whether that makes sense in your circumstances. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the box below, and please subscribe to our page and let us know if there's anything else about partnerships, corporate law, or investments that you might want to know about. We'll be happy to make another video on it.